just like a broken record, same old songs of accusation play. Like who are you to speak the truth? Just look at all your failures and mistakes. And if they really knew you, there's no way they could love you anyway. Oh, but I will fight the lies with that.
Hello, and welcome to the Send Help Podcast, a podcast and a lifeline for moms who are stuck in the trenches of mommyhood, bringing them encouragement through Jesus, laughter, and sisterhood.
Boom.
A look at us. We are back 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
Can you even believe it?
I know. It's crazy.
Oh, man. Well, we have so much to cover.
I know.
So much to cover. And I
I
feel
know.
like that we just kind of need to jump right in. Has the s'mores night happened?
No, it's not until April, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it's in April.
Oh, guess what?
I could be completely wrong, but
Weatherford has to add hours onto our school year.
no.
So they want to take Good Friday away from the teachers.
Oh.
They have to go to, and then the day after Easter from the kids, and then add 5 minutes to every day from here on out.
We were doing the extra 5 minutes or
Oh,
the
we were
extra
too.
something.
We were too, but the bad
Already.
weather plus the days that we had to shut down because
Right.
there was not enough staff.
We were told that when we shut down because there was not enough staff, that it would not add days on because we have accumulated the extra hours.
This last weather shut down.
Right. I'm just hoping. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything on if we don't get whatever snow days. I don't even know what days are supposed to be snow days and which ones are teacher in service and which ones are holidays. Like, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
I don't know. You guys, I'm going to have a 9-year-old
You are.
in 9 days.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I have not planned a birthday party yet.
That's
I
fine.
don't know what to get him because he never asks for anything that actually exists.
Right.
Last night I was like, you need to tell me something that you want that really exists. He's like, well, what is that? I said, I don't know.
Something that I can open the Amazon app and purchase.
Yeah, a video game. Is there a toy? He's like, well, what's a toy that's out there? I was like, Josh, there are billions of toys that are out there. So I need
Yeah.
for you to figure it out.
Right.
Ask for something. Like, because everyone's asking me, what does Josh want? And
Yeah.
you can always buy him art supplies, but we're running out of places to put art supplies.
Yeah.
We're going to need to devote an entire section of the garage just to Josh's art supplies.
You should make him like a whole art studio in there.
Well, the plan
Or you could park your
is-
cars in there.
Yeah. The long-term plan is to turn that shed into the Send
Yeah.
Help studio, which will
Yeah.
also serve as like where the musical instruments are so that Tim can practice.
Yeah.
And then the little corner by the door will be Josh's little art studio. And I'm going to set up my easel because I have a really beautiful professional wooden easel and it lays down, it stands up. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And let him have that little corner.
That would be
But
awesome.
It can't infringe on our
Right.
studio space because you and I would like to be able to transition into making this a visual media
Yeah.
that has audio,
Right.
which also means that we need to
It'd be really
look-
weird if it was a visual media that didn't have any audio.
Right. We're just mimes. We're moms that mime, which I used to be.
That would
I did mime.
be interesting.
I've been a clown for Jesus and a mime for Jesus.
Yeah.
Weird stories.
I've just been weird for Jesus.
Oh, man. Okay. So we have so much to cover. We have not, except for last week. And if you came to or logged on to the live from our Tricycle of Hope event with Tasha in the I Am tribe,
Yeah.
with the exception of
that
that,
was so fun.
that was so much fun, so much fun. our last podcast was in November. So a lot has happened. A lot has gone on, and there's such things that we haven't talked about, such
Right.
as our words for the year.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a good place to start because it's a good jumping off point to kind of catch up. Like we caught up with you last week.
Yes.
We'll eventually catch up with me. But I feel like we need to talk about our words. So what was your word for the year? Or I
Well-
mean, I know that what was your word last year?
My word last year was grace.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Was that last year?
Yeah, it was.
That seems like
Wait.
a really long time ago.
Was it? Yeah, last year was grace. The year before that was measure.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
And everything was measure.
just
Measure,
remember-
measure.
I remember doing a Facebook Live when I opened the key,
Mm-hmm. That was last year.
and it feels like 5 years ago. So
I know. I know. The last 2 years feels like it's been 5 years, but at the
does.
same time it feels like it's been a minute.
Yes.
It's weird.
So last year my word was grace, and it was not for other people. It was grace for myself.
Which is a huge caveat.
It is.
Yeah. Like
It really is.
You're like, "Oh, okay, I can do grace for other people." And God's like, "No."
Yeah.
No.
Right?
No.
Yeah. You do
It's about-
grace for other people.
It's about you.
Right.
Because you walk with grace for the other people. Like, that's something you're real good at that.
Yeah.
This is not a challenge.
It was not. That would not be a challenge at all. But grace for myself was huge because I didn't even know what that was supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Like grace for me. Are you sure that you don't want me to just have grace for other people? Because I kind of got that in the bag. It's going to be an easy year if that's. But I don't know that there were really like situations that happened throughout the year that I was like, oh, grace. My word is grace. He's teaching me grace. Like, I don't really feel like that ever happened, but it was something that was always kind of in the forefront of my mind, mainly because the key is hanging up
Yeah.
in my house
Yeah.
where I see it all day. But it definitely now over the last couple of months he's showing me like, yeah, you did learn something about having grace for yourself. I kind of felt like I had slacked on it all year because I'm like, I don't really feel like I'm actively working on this in my life, you know? But, I didn't really feel like there was anything this year, like a word, like a specific word that came to me, and, you know, the heavens illuminated and the clouds parted and the word was written in the sky. And I was like, maybe I just won't have a word this year. Maybe I'll just keep grace, because there have been years that I have carried it over because I needed to, because whatever I did the first year didn't work.
Yeah.
And I felt like, well, I haven't really focused on this a lot, so maybe I do need to carry it over and like actually actively do something with this word this year. But kind of what I feel like it was more not just a word, but more of a call to action, maybe, of just do it. So there have been a lot of situations that have come up over the last couple of months that I have put myself out there. We've taken the jump and, okay, this is what we're going to do now. This is happening. This is what I'm doing now. But this morning I was looking at that key. It's in my bathroom, y'all. So every time I go to the bathroom to hide, I see the key that has grace written on it, stamped, imprinted on it. So I was hiding in the bathroom this morning for a little bit before school started. I needed a moment. So I was hiding on the toilet. And I saw that key, and I had another moment of, man, I really didn't do anything with that. That was my word for the whole year. I looked at that key every time I came in here, but I really didn't do anything with it. And I really felt like God was saying, no, you learned something. And the last couple of weeks should have proven to you that you did. Because if I hadn't been focusing on it, even just, a lot of it has to do with just retraining your brain and the way that we think. So whether I was physically practicing having grace for myself or not, I think even just the reminder every now and then, have grace for yourself, like just somehow stuck in my brain. And the last couple of weeks, I could have very easily believed and bought into I am the worst mom ever. This is going so badly. I don't know what I'm doing. I completely wasted 3 years of my life getting a master's degree and then another 3 years on internships and practicing all of the things that I learned. Completely wasted all that time because I can't even help my own. What is happening in my life? I could have completely bought in to all of that. But instead, it was, yes, I spent a couple of hours in tears, but I didn't sink into that place of believing some truth about myself that wasn't a truth. Mm-hmm. I definitely applied grace to myself. Even in the phone call, if I didn't handle that phone call the right way, I should have handled that phone call differently. What does it matter? Really, what does it matter if in that moment I couldn't speak up for myself?
Yeah.
Because I eventually did.
Yeah, you did.
So over the last few weeks, I've definitely realized I did learn how to have grace for myself. How did that happen? When did that happen?
Supernatural.
Like in the moment when I needed it the most so that I didn't just spiral. Oh, I taught myself something last year.
Yeah.
With the grace of God, by the grace of God. I taught myself to have grace for myself. How did I accomplish that? What else could I apply that to? I don't know, probably nothing, because I've exhausted myself in trying to apply
It probably
having grace for myself. It's going to be a while before I can.
It's probably going to have to be divine. Yeah. I would
I'm
say
done for a while.
Yeah.
Let's not learn anything new for a while.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit gently prompted you every time to remember, have grace with yourself.
Yeah.
Grace.
Yeah.
Grace. Grace.
And then it just kind of happened.
And you started leading with it.
Yeah.
Or was cleaning up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would definitely be more accurate, cleaning up with it.
But it was a reminder. You said it was in the forefront of your mind.
Right. I saw it all the time. Stand there, brush my teeth, stare at the key. Grace. I should be working on that. How do I have grace for myself? The whole time I'm swishing with the mouthwash. Grace.
Grace.
What
grace.
a word.
Do you ever
Why did I pick that word?
Or it's like a song that gets stuck in your head, but it's one word, which also gets really annoying.
Yeah.
Because then you're like putting it to music.
Right.
And like you're swishing. I'm just imagining it for you.
Uh-huh.
You're swishing but you're swishing to grace. Yeah. Then you're like,
grace.
Then every song that has grace in it that you know just one line to comes.
Oh, there's
in your
so
mind.
many of those with the word grace.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And all you know is that one.
It's
that one part.
Sometimes it's just 3 words.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
Right.
Yeah.
The song from the 80s that you were barely in
where
the
it's
room
like
for.
you just jumped in on the
like,
grace.
I remember the
That's the
choir
only
used to
thing.
sing this song.
Yeah, the
and
only
was
thing
the
that
only
you
word that I
really
knew.
remembered was the
Yeah.
grace. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, grace.
Yeah.
Like, and you just jumped in and you're like, man, grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's all that's in your head.
Yeah.
And then it's just stuck. It's like a TikTok soundbite. You ever get those stuck in your head? That has become I spend too much time on TikTok. On mom talk.
I don't know, but the girls and I both were singing the same portion of the Celine Dion song for an entire day. They're gonna go to school,
Josh,
be working
gosh.
on whatever assignment they're supposed to be doing, and all of a sudden their teacher's gonna hear, "When you touch me like this."
Josh is okay. This is how I know that my child A has an addictive personality and B should never be allowed to have social media. I let him watch one video because the kids at school already in 3rd grade have access to TikTok.
Yeah.
Josh does not. Does not.
No, mine don't either.
I mean, no shade to anybody that does, but Josh doesn't. And they were debating the origin of the sound, "Oh no, our table, it's broken." And it's so dumb. So I was like, "No, Josh, that's not the origin of it," because it's from an America's Funniest Home Videos clip. And I found it for him and I showed it to him. He watched it twice. That's all. It's like it's stuck as an earworm in his little brain.
Oh, no.
And anytime anyone says, "Oh, no," he's like, "Our table, it's broken."
Oh, no.
Or he's like, "Mommy, that table, it's broken. Oh, no, our table, it's broken." I mean, oh, my gosh. I was like, "Joshua, you must stop now." Like he has gotten like threatened to have all electronics taken away because he can't control
stop.
himself.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We've had self-control talks
Right.
because of this. I'm like, oh gosh, what's going to happen? Like,
Oh, no.
our table,
It's going
it's
to break.
broken. I know.
Just
Because
break a table.
I also,
then-
it's always right there at it's like at the tip of my brain. You know what I mean? It's so easily like, the double mint gum, like it is inside,
Right.
Inside out. Those core memories,
Yep.
they come back up. They're just right there at the
Oh,
surface.
yeah.
They come back up and there's a whole room of those little
yeah.
sound bites that just come back into my brain.
That's
And-
going to be one of his core memories that
Oh,
pops
for
up
sure.
for the rest of his life.
Yes. Me too.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It He's like, "The kids at school don't believe me that's what it is. They think it's the dog." And I'm like, "It's not a dog." It's just so dumb. I mean, you don't even know what I'm talking about. It's fine. Most people don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to show it to you.
Okay.
And then you're going to know. And then it's going to be
Okay.
stuck in your head. And then
It's
you're going to
true.
be like, "No, there's no way that was a dog falling through a glass table." And he's like, "Well, how did they sync it up?" And then his little brain is working because he makes movies all the time.
Yeah.
So
He's
the
trying to
fact
figure
that
out how
he's
to make it
going,
happen.
"Oh my gosh, they synced that sound up perfectly and they used a soundbite from something else," and he's like, "This is possible?" So now his mind is just exploding with, "This is possible?" I mean, like, I wish that there wasn't so much horrible on
Yeah.
these apps because Josh his mind would explode with creativity
It's true.
and he'd be the ones that get movie contracts from just because of the TikTok cinematic quality that
Yeah.
he's making at 9 years old. That's just, I mean, I know I'm biased, but my child is a genius, creative genius. But yeah, he is. He's
Sidebar, he totally is.
He's also my kid, and I also am just a proud mama, and I know that I'm biased. Duh. But yeah, I just think it's amazing. So this year's, did you already say that what this year's is?
Yeah, this year I feel like more than just a word is more of a call to action of do the thing.
Do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
That's an earworm
Do
that I
it.
have. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it.
What is it? Is it Johnny Red Neat? Do it.
I can't even think of where that's from. At this
I know
moment.
exactly what it's from. Starsky and Hutch.
Yes.
And
Ben Stiller. Yep.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it now. Do it now. That's what the Holy Spirit's going to sound like in your head. Do it now.
Exactly.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
See that cake? Do it.
Do it now.
Do it. Look at that sign for rosas. Do it.
Do it.
No, it's not going to be for food. It could be. I'm not going to put him in a box and say it's not going to be for
I will not be the one that puts the Holy Spirit in a box. No, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I could say the same about my word. If we're going to go down that road. I have really gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on this word. Because I'm like, that's not the word. It's been bouncing around in my head. And then someone said that it was their word for last year. And so then I was like, oh, that's why it's in my head. It's because they said it.
Yeah.
And I was like, clearly that can't be the Holy Spirit. But he keeps reminding me that it's been in my head for a while since before that. But I wasn't thinking about it as this is this year's word, you know?
Right.
It's just been it's been the theme of a lot of verses. And it's just been an ongoing theme, period. And so I'm like, maybe that is my word. But then I keep trying to add to it. Because I'm like, well, I mean, it's such a tiny word. Surely there's more to it.
Just because you don't understand it now.
No, I mean, I can apply it to a lot of things, and you can apply it to physical stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem deep, but I'm sure it is. I'm sure God's going to do something.
Don't put the word in a box.
Don't put the word in a box. Do it. It's new.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm a beautiful butterfly. I'm going to print out a picture of that.
You should.
I don't remember the caterpillar's name, but Heimlich.
There you go. So the verse, I mean, obviously, and I feel like this is an obvious verse also. I don't know why I keep undercutting the importance of this word. I'm sorry. Isaiah 43:18-19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland. So last year, my word was restoration. And joy was my second word.
Yeah.
And Tim's word was promises. And he took it to believe that the Lord was going to be fulfilling promises that he had made a long time ago. Like, and they went together hand in hand. I felt like, restoration of promises, I mean, here we are sitting in our house. So we've come a long way,
Yeah.
We went to a prophetic conference this year and it was incredible. And one of the words that was given to me by one of my favorite prophets that I really, every time he speaks and every time the Lord gives him a word, and I've been watching him for years, on YouTube every Tuesday morning and every Friday. Every time he speaks though, the Lord really speaks to me. Like it really resonates with me. And like, I feel like he's very accurate in what he says. And it's not like he's predicting things, I mean, he always has a word from the Lord and it's always very accurate and it really cuts deep. And I met him in the hallway at the prophetic conference. His name is Simon Breaker and he's from England. And we met and we talked for a moment and he just started prophesying to me. And I had no idea he was going to give me a word. Like I didn't go and ask for a word. You know what I mean? It just like the Holy Spirit just started speaking. And he told me that the Lord was giving me a new horse for this season. Ooh. He was giving me a heavy horse and he got real serious. And like they call it a heavy horse over there. Like it's a British term. It would be a workhorse or a war horse, like in our vernacular.
Right.
But he was like, sense. Do you know what a heavy horse is? And I was like, yeah, I didn't. I had to look it up. I could put it together in my mind, like, because the Holy Spirit was giving me some revelation too in the moment. And he said, you are going to have to choose to get up on this heavy horse because this season you are going to need the heavy horse. And I keep going back to that when I'm thinking about the word new, because this is a new season and I'm going to have to do things he's going to do things in a new way. We're not going to be able to do things in the same way. Not going to be able to ride the same horse.
Yeah.
Totally different way of riding this horse.
Yeah.
Different terrain, different everything. Yeah. You can't go back. You have to forget the former things. And it's real scary. I keep trying to add to new, but there are only two words that keep coming up, and it's bold and vision. So I'm like, is it new boldness? Is it new vision? So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Maybe it's a new bold vision.
Oh gosh, that's terrifying. I don't know. I don't know what God is going to do. This has been a really hard, like I definitely, the heavy horse thing has been really resonating with me lately. Mm-hmm. And I keep asking the Lord and I keep saying, okay, Lord, I'm ready to get on this horse. Please put me on the horse.
Right.
Help me get on the horse.
Maybe you are and you just don't know it
Help me get on. I'm not great at getting on horses anymore. I'm not great at the upper body strength and the pushing up.
Down and then stand back up.
Like I'm going to need a stool, Lord. Help me get up. But
maybe it comes with a carriage.
I have been asking him. I mean, I've been saying it out loud. Help me get on the horse today, Lord, because I need to get on the horse. Lord, I am on the horse. I accept your request to get on the horse. Like I'm like, what else do I have to say?
I'm available.
I
still don't like that song.
Please put me on. No, please put me on the horse. Pick me up, Lord. Pick me up. Just like,
hoist me up.
Hoist me up. I need a boost. Put me on him, because they're like traditionally like big Clydesdale. Like they're huge. Yeah. They're big horses. They're very muscular.
They are.
But it's been really rough the last couple of months. Like, I don't know, since we moved, it's clear that there's been a shift spiritually, because we went to the prophetic conference. We had a prophetic conference at our church. Mm-hmm. Then we moved.
Right.
Then Christmas hit. We hosted Christmas. New Year's, my mother-in-law was here for a week. And then, February.
Right.
Like that is
all of a sudden.
Yeah, basically.
What popped into my mind. So I'm going to put it out there.
Great.
You can take it or leave it. Did you go to the rodeo?
No, I'm allergic to the rodeo. This is the fun part about
I am
horses.
also, but you
Yes.
know what? Being at Dickies Arena
Mhm.
was a lot better.
Okay.
It's a whole lot better than the Coliseum. And then also what I'm about to talk about, I watched on TV
Okay.
on the
Okay.
whatever channel that is. Tasha
Cowboy
is
channel.
probably yelling out
Yeah.
the channel right now. But okay, so there was not an event, but there was a portion that they were showing that was the Budweiser wagon,
Mhm.
except I don't think it was it was very small.
Hmm.
But it was a wagon of some kind. There were two men manning no, that's not the right word.
Driving?
Driving.
Yes.
And there were 16 Clydesdales.
Yeah.
Okay. They were all in a line. Like they're all lined up
Uh-huh.
together, like you see in cartoons,
Yeah.
but you never actually see in real life. It happened at the rodeo in real life. But he didn't have two straps. I am so technical in
You
my
are-
terms
you
when
are
it comes to the rodeo
100%
things.
Annoying someone.
Yes, Tasha. I'm annoying Tasha right now. So he didn't just have two. He had more than two.
Reins.
Reins, thank you. I don't know how many there were. I'm pretty sure there was at least one attached to every single horse. Because he parallel parked their wagon. And the announcer guy that's been there our entire lives.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's talking the whole time and saying how they would have to park at the docks next to another wagon delivering something.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be able to fit into tight spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that they have to be able to do, it blew my mind. So he would slowly pull on different reins at different times to make the horses move in a very particular order. The horses would be completely perpendicular, 90-degree angle
Right.
to the wagon
Yeah.
at one point
Yeah.
to make the wagon move in a certain way.
Wow.
And then he would have to work the reins again to pull them back and keep them in this straight line so that they don't get all tangled and whatnot, and get them back in a straight line with the wagon to pull the wagon forward. And then he would move them to another. It blew my mind that this guy and the other guy next to him in the seat, every now and then he'd hand him one, a handful of the reins, okay, get these out of my way. You pull on this one. I'm going to pull on these. It was nuts.
Wow.
It was crazy. It was amazing. It blew my mind. Truck drivers of the 1800s.
Right.
It's always been difficult.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it then. I wouldn't be able to do it now. So maybe your workhorse is a team of Clydesdales and you're supposed to be the one at the reins.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Just saying.
It's a lot to digest. It's been tough. We have dealt with a lot of sickness.
Yeah.
The move has been tough. There's just been a lot of just weird crap. And it's clear that a lot of it's been spiritual. We've been coming up against it.
Yeah.
And then we've had a lot of death. And I don't know, I went to 2 funerals in 1 week the other week. What?
Just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. When the freeze happened. And we lost my, I don't want to say favorite cousin because I have so many cousins, but he was basically
important.
He was my
Yeah.
big brother. Yeah. He took us to a DC Talk concert.
Yeah.
He used to prank call me in high school and in college just to check in. It was clear that he was just checking in, He was amazing. And I cannot imagine what life is going to be like without him here. And I don't know, like I'm been challenged by the way that he lived his life.
For sure.
And these, I don't know, new, bold, what's the other one? Vision. Like it's going to be new. It's going to be different. This is going to be it's going to be a different time.
It's going to be new.
Yeah. I have to be really honest. If I'm going to be really, really open, we're sitting here in this room that is supposed to be my baby's room. And every time I run into anyone that like knows that that's been a goal and that we started the adoption process, they're like, "Oh, how's the adoption going?" And like we have stalled out completely because we have not raised a penny since our initial raising of money. Mm-hmm. Mostly because I've been so scared. I have doubted if I am up to the task, if I'm afraid that I am going to fail and not be able to raise the money, that people won't donate, that everyone's skepticism will be right, and that maybe I am not cut out to be a parent of 2 kids, that I'm too old. And $50,000 is a huge amount of money to try and raise.
It is, yeah.
It seems like more of a miracle to me than it would have been if I was able to carry a child. And I know I've said that before, but it seemed really far away because we had to get a house first, and now we're sitting in the house. No, we're sitting in the room. And I don't know how to walk this out. I really don't.
You walk it out with a new, bold vision.
Yeah, but I don't even know what that is. And I feel like anytime anyone asks me, how's it going? I feel like I'm failing them by telling them it's not. I feel like I'm letting everyone down. And I feel like I'm letting my kid down because it's becoming painfully obvious that him not having a sibling is really like, I don't know, affecting him. Like he's not developing in certain ways. Like he doesn't know how to play well with others. And every single day, all he wants is somebody to go jump on the trampoline with him. And my body is hurting, and I'm like, I don't want to jump on the trampoline with you. And he's like, it's not fair. Nobody wants to play with me. No one ever chooses me. Yesterday he said, no one ever chooses me. And I was like, oh my gosh, because he's going through a lot at school. Like it has been a tough year. 3rd grade has sucked. It's been great academically for him, but man, relationally it has been hard. And I don't even know. I'm allergic to horses, guys. I don't know how to do this. I used to know how to ride horses, and I probably could make it happen. I used to ride equestrian, the hat and everything, the pants, the riding boots, the whole 9 yards. But then I became allergic. Very quickly after, we had to give away my guinea pigs because I was allergic to those.
Right.
I don't know how to walk this out. And there's so much pressure, but I'm going to be 41 in June. Like it's time. It hits me when my friends, like a friend of mine just turned 45. I was like, how on earth is he 45?
Right.
That's 5 years from 50. No. How are we here? No. It's insane. I don't know. The passage of time is going really fast, and I have been in a deep hole, if I'm being really honest. And so the Lord giving me the word new and bold and vision, I'm going, okay. First, we have to get out of this hole. So could you have the horse throw a rope down and then pull me out?
Maybe that's the purpose of the horse.
I do. I did since we moved. I don't know. It's here I am in the promised land, and I'm waiting for it to feel like I thought that it was supposed to feel, and I never had that we're here moment. It's just been stress.
Yeah.
And I feel like a spoiled brat that can't just be grateful. And I am grateful, Lord. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. But I don't know how to walk this out. It doesn't even feel permanent. It feels like we're renting this place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting thumbtacks in the wall instead of nails because it feels temporary.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I think that will change over time.
Yeah.
The longer you're here,
Yeah.
the more real it will feel.
Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like this gravity of, oh my gosh, this is mine. And I have to, this is now all my responsibility.
Yeah.
And
That'll hit quicker than the putting nails in walls.
Yeah. But I don't want to be a downer. I'm just like looking at this is what this year is. And I
Right.
mean, here we are. It's March. Josh is going to be 9. Wow. Like with this, it's going too fast. And
Well, here's the thing.
yeah. Okay. Talk to me, please.
A workhorse
Oh, yeah.
is smart.
Yeah.
It is strong.
Yeah.
It can do things that you would not think it could do.
This is true. See, I only have right now, the only animal that I have to compare things to is Dixie, and she's worthless. She can go up, she can lay down, she can turn,
Yeah.
and she can stay.
Yeah.
She can also poop wherever she wants.
Right.
Repeatedly, even though she knows she's not supposed to.
So a
She's spiteful.
workhorse, like they know their job.
Yeah.
They know their job. They're going to get the job done because they have the strength to do it. So maybe you don't need to sit in the wagon with the reins. Maybe you just need to get on the horse and let God control those reins that are going to turn those horses at whatever angle they need to be at to plow you through whatever you need to get through to
Yeah.
get out of your hole.
Definitely feel like we're trudging.
And you know, the thing about the vision's not yours.
No.
The vision is God's, and
Yes.
He's going to give it to you in due time. Not before, not after, when it is time. And when those workhorses pull you through the trudging whatever, you will be bold enough to go after that vision.
Yeah. I definitely know I can't do it on my own 2 feet. I need a vehicle of sorts, and it needs to have a brain.
Yeah. A horse has a brain,
Yeah.
and it can do a whole lot more than a mechanical vehicle, car, truck, SUV can. I mean, they need like 20 horsepowers inside of them.
This is true. It's horsepower.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Just go with the real thing.
So forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the desert, streams in the wasteland. It's clear. I mean, he's making a way. I don't need to know where. I just need to trust and trust the horse that he's provided
Yes.
and get on it.
Yes. You know, they're very relational also.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I do know this. All of my favorite movies are horse movies. I loved horses.
That horse is going to love you. It won't leave you.
I mean, I can compare that to Dixie.
It's a Holy Spirit horse.
Oh, I love that. Anyway, where are you guys right now? Has this been a tough year so far? I know that 2022 was like, people were like, don't
Right?
don't make any
trust it.
Don't make any crazy claims. Nobody claimed this year.
Right.
Let's don't wake it up.
Don't wake it up. Let's just sneak into the new year and not let it know we're here.
We want to know. We also want to know your words. So we will be making a post on the Friends of Send Help podcast page because I want to know what your words are. I know we're into the year, so let's see how's it
You've
going.
had plenty of time to think about it.
Yeah, you've had some time for your words. Oh, I don't really know what else to say, except that he's doing a new thing.
Yes. He's doing a new thing. He's going to give us a vision. We need to walk with boldness and just do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it now. Oh, goodness. All right, guys. We love you. We will talk to you later.
Later, Tater.
Later, tater tots. Follow us on social media at Send Help Podcast. Go to our friends page on Facebook,
Yes.
the Friends of Send Help Podcast. Right? It's Friends of.
It's something like
It's
that.
Friends of, yeah. It was a stupid name. We need to come up with a better name, but now it's there. So that's
We
what
can
it
change
is.
It's just a group page. We can change it.
That's what it is. Come join our group. Go to our website, thesendhelppodcast.com. And we will see you next week.
The lies with the
Bye.